Officer Ganone was caught lying on the stand, had to change his story. I do love this. God bless and praise that public defender. I will say that it is the first thing I have seen. That woman is a black woman, an African-American woman, whatever you want to call her. She's a liberal Democrat, hardcore through and through, but she believes in justice and the law. This is your neighborhood Democrat. That is the Democrat we all know and love. That's the person that had a little bit opposing a political viewpoint. And sadly enough, if I could show you the video that I've seen, the American people's stomach would be turned, and you'd be sending a hell of a lot more money toward the cause for people like Mr. Coffee. The only way you're going to shut me up is to kill me. I'll do great work from prison. I'll do great work from here. I'll do great work wherever I have to do it from. I will do God's work. I'll do this country's work. I'll be a patriot, and I'll continue to support the actions of people like Mr. Coffee. You did the right thing, indisputably. Just like, Fitzsimmons, that case, we saw that last week. How did the prosecutor go on within this case and go on for so long, and they never got any evidence, and then all of a sudden, just before closing arguments, brand new evidence shows up, brand new video that tends to exonerate Mr. Fitzsimmons in his case. And instead of the judge doing the right thing, I have no fear. I'm calling out these federal judges. I'm calling out the DOJ. You guys do what you will with me, but I'm going to tell the truth all the way to wherever I go. Mr. Fitzsimmons received last-minute information. The judge's question is, where'd you get the information? The judge's question should have been, why aren't we doing a Brady violation right here and now and dismissing this case based on new evidence that came in here that should have been provided to the defense counsel? We all know that. I know where the evidence came from. I know exactly where it came from. That man's a hero.
Hey, Luke, I think you'd agree with me on this, as there's a really, would you not agree with me, probably one of the most unsung heroes in this entire movement would be Gary McBride, a man almost nobody knows.
Absolutely. Yeah, Gary has spent countless hours, has lost family members, his wife, his marriage, with a calling to expose all the video. He knows the video better than, there's 14,000 plus hours, and he's gathered as much as he can legally.
Go ahead, Gary.
Everybody knows how truthful I am, so here we go.
Go for it.
The Epoch Times documentary, they cut me out of it at the end, so I won't even talk about it. I mean, if you want me to, I will. But
yep, I mean, I had no idea that happened. So yeah, I mean, unload if you want to.
No, it's they know what they did, and I would rather continue my focus on the J6ers instead of touting myself up as thinking they know what they're talking about. So the J6 thing is. I wish y'all could be in our shoes when you know what we know, because that 14,000 hours that they have, that's what we need, and we know what's in it, and it's the truth, and it has to be. DOJ and FBI get to choose what they get to put out there, so the media can blast J6ers and their families and whatever else and smear them. But what they don't show is the before or the after, and that's where the truth lies. That's where they're holding it in the exculpatory evidence. That's why people like Bobby can't get nothing done, because he's trying to get this story out and it's hidden in the 14,000 hours. And they don't want to release that, because then the truth is out. As long as they keep it hidden and people like us bring them stories, they don't want to talk about it, because that brings the truth out. And it's, but we're not going to stop. We're not going to stop at all. Each one of us on here tonight has fought tooth and nail from day one, just to get these stories out, and holding the elected officials accountable, each and every one of them, because they know what they've done, they know what they've seen. Like the J6 committee, it's a joke.
Hey,
they're manipulating footage. Yeah, dude.
I can honestly say this group right here, this show, I've never seen as many quality fighters for J6 in one place at one time, and not just me. But support these other guys, people. These are the people putting points on the board. Gary's investigation work from day one. He wasn't there on January 6th. He's been a trooper 18, 20 plus hour days digging through this stuff. I'm sure you've probably banked 7,000 plus hours by now. That's probably twice what I have in. And, that's an obsessive level, and you have to be there. But the 14,000 hours, as investigators, we can see these things that the public can't see, and it corroborates these stories, guys. It just lets you know that these prisoners, when they say these things, they're true. We can find their stories in video. We can see, Victoria White getting hit in the head with that baton 30-something times in a couple of minutes. when you go through this footage, you'll see that over and over and over and over. Head lacerations, teeth knocked out, eyes just almost busted out. It's just the most horrible brutality. And for them to say it's objectively reasonable, and for the people on our side not to call them out and hold them to the fire on that is criminal.